He was conscious, but he was not alert. He just had that stare. I mean, hypothermia had clearly set in. He couldn't move.
Right now at 4, an amazing rescue near the brink of the falls. We'll show you how crews helped save a man who was stuck in the water for hours, and we'll also hear from people who saw it all happen.
And we saw a little bit of snow across western New York, some that stuck, but it was very minor. Well, we've got a little more snow on the way for tonight. Lake effect for some. I'll let you know how much coming up in your 4-1 forecast.
You're watching News 4, your local news leader. Now, live from Buffalo, this is News 4 at 4.
We are following breaking news right now at 4. A man in the mighty Niagara for hours, yards from plunging over the falls, was rescued early this afternoon. Right now, we are looking at a map showing where the rescue happened between Goat Island and Prospect Point. News 4's Angelica Morrison has been at the scene getting details and talking to people who called 911 and who saw that rescue. Angelica, good afternoon. What can you tell us?
Christy, this rescue was nothing short of amazing. The man was pulled out of the water right here behind me. I watched along with dozens of others as this rescue unfolded.
I was so surprised when I saw the man moving because I thought he can't possibly be alive. But he was moving when he was loose in the river.
Police got the call just before noon today that the man was stuck in the Niagara River. Officials say he was found clinging to a log less than 100 yards from the falls. A team of 2 rescuers were able to secure a flotation device around his waist and pull him to shore, but he broke free, and that's when another rescuer downstream had to take action.
We had heard the crowd, give a gasp. We kind of stepped it up a little bit faster, and then we heard another noise from the crowd, and I saw the individual coming downriver and was able to jump in and intercept him.
Good job.
They were eventually able to pull him to shore. The victim was taken to Niagara Falls Medical Center. Now, it's not clear what condition the man is in. Police say they're investigating how he got into the water in the first place and the reasons why. Coming up tonight on News 4 at 5, we'll hear more from the people who found the man in the water and called 911. For now, Niagara Falls State Park, Angelica Morrison, News 4.
All right, Angelica, thank you. And we, of course, will continue to follow this developing story on air and online on our website. It is WIBB.com. Well, we're also tracking the snow that's falling across western New York this afternoon. Take a look. This is a live look over downtown Buffalo and activity on our radar system showing the path of the snow moving across our area. Our News 4's George Rickert shared this dash cam video of snow near Batavia earlier this afternoon. And you can see throughway plows are salting as the snow falls. Wow, take a look at that. Let's get right to 4-1 meteorologist Andrew Baglini for a first check of that forecast. And Andrew, my goodness, that video shows it all. Snow is here, winter is here,
yeah.
And I feel like in the city this morning, our first taste of snow in the city certainly makes that all very clear.
And you know what's crazy about the snow we saw today?
What's that?
Absolutely nothing. And that's
Right.
the good thing. Your first snow, your first taste of snow, you kind of prefer it just to be a little bit and then say, all right, we're kind of established. Now we can kind of look forward to the more impressive snowfalls to come. And one of those will actually arrive tonight. Not for everyone, but we've got a little bit of lake effect. Last night we were telling you about a 1-2 punch, a little one. Well, punch number 2 will certainly be a little more substantial as we have that lake effect turning on. But down in Ellicottville and Holiday Valley, camera looking a little whiter than it did yesterday. Again, not a very impressive base, but I know they start snowmaking tonight, and that'll be pretty cool. But check this out. A winter weather advisory just went into effect for Chautauqua County. Just started. because, again, this snow we're looking forward to tonight will be a little bit more substantial. That widespread moderate to light snow is exiting western New York, and many areas will catch a nice break right in time for the evening commute. So very manageable out there for the next few hours. Again, we do have a little more snow coating the ground in the hills to the south of Buffalo. But check it out. Upstream, we've got some of that lake effect snow already going downwind of the Great Lakes. That's the same response that we're going to start to see a little bit later on this evening, southeast of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. With that wind direction, again, it's going to be pretty manageable as far as lake effect events go, but it will bring about a little more substantial accumulation. So we're going to see that setting up closer to sunset in particular, and mostly going to be focused south and north of Buffalo at first through the hills. But I do think there are some indications that we'll get some nice snow bursts passing through the Buffalo metro with maybe a quick inch on the ground. Most of that snow falls late tonight, and by tomorrow morning, those snow streamers already starting to fizzle out, and by the afternoon, we're going to see a good amount of sunshine. So it turns out to be a nice but still very chilly Friday. So in terms of additional accumulation, another 1 to even 2 inches are possible across the Niagara frontier with that snow tonight. The higher totals will be found down around Chautauqua County, 3 to 5 inches on the ground by tomorrow morning. So certainly manageable, but a little more substantial than what we saw earlier today. Otherwise, a cold night as temperatures drop back into the lower 20s. Now, coming up in your full forewarned forecast, I'll tell you about more chances for snow in that 7-day, as well as a push of very cold weather. Christy.
All right, Andrew, thank you. And remember, you can get the latest forecast in the palm of your hand anytime. Just download our News 4 app. It has the latest news, weather, sports, traffic, and more. And it is free for your phone or your tablet. The superintendent of Albion Central Schools says several students have been removed from school because of threatening messages. In a statement, he said they were involved in the original message that ended up being spread to others on social media. He also went on to say the small number of students shared inappropriate and threatening messages and images in a gaming app called Discord. Discord sent News 4 a statement this afternoon saying in part, quote, "We are committed to ensuring that Discord is a positive and safe place for all of our users. We have a zero tolerance approach to harassment. We take immediate action when we become aware of it." Albion Police, the Orleans County District Attorney's Office, and an FBI specialist are helping in this investigation. Crime Stoppers is offering up to $7,500 for help solving a homicide in Buffalo. Police say someone killed Deshaun Williams on Collins Walk in July. You are asked to call police if you have any information. Police say a City of Tonawanda man spiked family members' food and drinks with Epsom salts and laxatives. Investigators say Andrew Ditch put the laxatives into their food and in the coffee maker where the water is stored. Police say his family complained of nausea, pain, and diarrhea after meals. He is charged with attempted assault and disobeying a protection order. He is due back in court tomorrow morning. Well, promises, what good are they if you can't back them up? That's what some people in Western New York are thinking. And John Vinty was promised 40 years ago that his home would be connected to a sewer system, but that never happened. And he's also not alone. Dozens of other residents of this suburban town are in that same boat. And to make matters worse, they're paying a tax for something they don't have.
So if you've had 50 years to put sewers in and you haven't done it, it's time to realize that you're abusing your residents.
Well, frustrated residents who pay for a sewer system they don't have. Is anyone listening? That's the question they have. News 4 investigates. Luke Moretti has this special report, and that's coming up tonight on News 4 at 6 o'clock. Coming up next on News 4, going back in time, our News 4's Katie Alexander gives us a preview of what to expect this weekend at the Buffalo Museum of Science.